mean, apparently there's a vaccine out there, so it's been out there in the world somewhere. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to steer clear.
Can be beautiful if you let it.
Podcast. Shout out to Hustle 5 Ways for hosting as always. I'm your host Naz.
It's your guy Tallman, live from Dubai.
And as always, In the Bowl Podcast is sponsored by your nation's own #1 mobile hookah provider, Tisha to You. Now, where they not only do your retail, wholesale, distribution, private events, but they guarantee that you're going to take that experience to the next level. What's going on?
Man, not too much, man. Another week, things have been busy. You see the daylight over my shoulders, man. The sun is up here in the desert, man. What's going on?
Nah, I get it, man. It's been a busy week. And before we even get to that part real quick, not only is it a new week, another week, but it's a new month. What's
Indeed.
up? Cheers.
Yeah.
No, man, yeah, man. It's a busy week, man. It's my mom's birthday. It's the anniversary. It's just and then we still got vacations. It's just a busy week. But life is good just to being able to be alive and be able to do it. So,
exactly.
I'm chilling. You can always look at the glass half full. You be like, damn. But shit's cool though.
Yes, man. Nobody
What's
has
up with
monkey.
you? Yeah, I know, right? We was talking about that earlier. I was trying to figure out if you have chicken pox, is the same if you can get the vaccine or if you have the immunity to it, but they say it's a whole different kind of pox.
Yeah, man. I've been seeing, more pictures and more posts about it. I'm like, all right, man. Monkeypox is getting real.
The part that's fucking me up though, like these monkeypox, right? I was under the impression like it's either a contact thing, right? But a lot of these folks who are giving out, so there's conflicting stories, right? A lot of people are sharing their stories on social media on monkeypox. But the part that throws me off, I thought it was touch. So you get in a certain area that you may have touched, and it does take some time for it to actually, sometimes it could be dormant for a little while, and then all of a sudden it will appear, right, as a blister or a cold sore, right? But is it just me? But a lot of these images that are coming up, they showing up on people's lips. They showing up on people's hands, like they giving, wraparounds. It's a very, very interesting situation as to where they're as to where folks is getting these outbreaks at.
It's wild. I know before 2022, man, I had never heard of monkeypox, but it's wild. I know before 2022, man, I had never heard of monkeypox, but I mean, apparently there's a vaccine out there, so it's been out there in the world somewhere. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to steer clear of it, man. Monkeypox doesn't look like anything good. Nothing good comes from it, man. The blisters and just looking horrible. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. I know COVID after the vaccine, you may have the sniffles, a cough, shortness of breath. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to downplay COVID. But monkeypox looks like it's just out here deforming folks.
No, people are nervous about monkeypox, and it's funny. Like somebody made a real statement. They put it as a joke. But motherfuckers are scared of these monkeypox, dog. But you know what I'm saying? They out here just butt naked out here without no mask on or nothing, right? So it's like, which one would you rather? Do you want to die or do you want monkeypox, right? And so what does it say? It's like people don't want to be ugly.
Nah, man, that's wild. Now I'm sure as time goes on, we're gonna hear the origins of monkeypox. There's no one I've not seen anywhere where they've said, hey, monkeypox started here because of X, Y, and Z, and It's just like monkeypox came out the blue. It's like, all right, we got 2 cases, we got 3 cases. All right, now it's a full blown pandemic. It's like one pandemic after another, man. It's like there's no break here.
But that's how it's been. Remember, even after when COVID started like dying down, they started coming up with like they got killer bees, they got this, they got that. You know what I'm saying? Even right before COVID, we had that wild ass locust situation. Well, not locust. What is it? What is it? What were they? Casada. No.
Cicadas.
Cicadas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Locusts. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that right before that. It just seemed like it's been a wild strand of shit just going on.
yeah, man. Definitely try to keep folks, 6 feet apart and keep folks in the house, man. But like I said, I don't want no parts of monkeypox, man. Whatever preventative maintenance you can do to avoid it, trust me, Tallman is locked and loaded on that one.
No facts. But it goes back to like I said last time, right? You know what I'm saying? You got this area, your zone of protection, anything within inside my wingspan, right? And so there's no reason why you're that close to me anyway. So that was pre-COVID. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I'm saying? Now we gotta double up, you know what I'm saying, double up on both sides.
And that takes me back to, random folks walking up to me, out and about in the club, like, hey, man, can I smoke your hookah? Like, come on. Even then, nah, I really don't know you, especially when a dude walks up to you, you don't know. It's like, yeah, man, I don't get down like that, man. I don't know. I don't know how you do where you from, but over here, we just don't partake with randoms.
You know what? It's crazy you say that too, because now actually, now you think about it, right? I think it should be even be more reinforced that I'm not sharing with no random, right? And unfortunately, everyone needs to be able to hold their own, right? And so, especially with monkeypox, say you happen to get it and you holding it, all of a sudden now I got it on my hand, and then I sit there and touch my tip, and all of a sudden I get monkeypox on my shit. Like, nah, no sharing of the hookah at the moment. Right now, we are gonna, everyone dive into what their favorite flavor is and enjoy.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's been a wild week so far, man. I went out to lunch the other day with my coworkers, and we went to this poke spot, had sushi and all that stuff. And I'm looking at the menu, and part of me, I love fried rice, man. They had a couple fried rices on the menu, but I was like, all right, man, I can't be the stereotypical stereotypical black guy, and get the fried rice, man. So I had to mix it up and get a poke bowl. But trust me when I say, man, it was a game time decision right up until my order, man. I was ready to say, hey, give me the fried rice, man. But the poke was solid though, man. It was it was good. It was, a nice light meal. You still had the rice in there. I get down with poke, every now and then. It's some good poke spots out here. But I'm glad that I actually made that move because the poke was solid, man. The bowl was everything.
Nah, I can dig it. It makes me think back when I had a eventful Friday night one evening, and then all of a sudden, folks want to go out for lunch or dinner, whatever it was, for ramen, right? I know it's not poke, right? But there's just certain foods I can't eat when it's been an eventful night before, right? And I think poke's definitely good when it's nice and light. You got shit you got to do. You got to keep on moving. It is refreshing, and depending on where you get it from, you can get a good poke bowl, right? But and I think even for ramen too, like I mean, folks love ramen, right?
Yeah.
But I think it has to be on the right occasion. I have to be in the right mindset to be able to get me poke, right? But no, I will sit there. I will fuck up some sushi, but again, I think all those kind of foods, there's a time and place for that for me. And I think a good lunch when everything's been chill, like on a Tuesday afternoon, it works. It definitely works.
Oh man, see that's how you start a heated debate. The Caribbean world, man. Soup is king. You leave a fete, you leave a line, you leave a club, man. Somebody's out there selling corn soup. Your girl, we go out, we hang out, get home 2 a.m. I need some soup. I'm like, man, it is entirely too late to be preparing anything. But I mean, she will sit there, and that soup will give her life, man. So that's a slippery slope around Caribbeans.
I hear you. I hear you. I don't know. So I'm a seasonal guy. Remember we talk about the 4 seasons?
Oh yeah,
Like for me, I will sit there and say, and if anyone wants to, we can have a contest too. It's a little easy disclaimer. A chili cook-off, right? But like for me to make chili, it's gotta be a certain season. Soups, I'm the same way, right? I think I don't know, a hot soup or a bowl of soup. I don't know. I can't do it when I just came out when it was like 94 degrees outside. Like that's the last thing I think I want. But I hear you. I know we get in that debate all the time.
yeah,
Soup,
yeah.
the soup is a seasonal thing. You won't ever see soup on my table between the months of maybe a late March, early April, going into I'll give it October 31st.
Halloween. See, out here in the sandbox, man. It's like soup is king. It's like every restaurant you go to, you order a special, man. You're getting a soup, a salad, and I'm not gonna lie. In the last 7 months since I've been out here, I've probably consumed more soup in this 7 months than I have in the last 7 years.
Yeah, it's funny.
And the soup is good, good, man. Good, man. And there's one more thing I wanted to touch on as being a new homeowner before we get into the feature topic of this
Hmm.
week. I was watching this clip on social media, and it was some neighbors. They were arguing about the placement of trash cans because apparently it was some neighbors that like putting their trash cans like right outside the curb, off to the left of the driveway, and essentially they were blocking the parking space of their neighbor. So they came outside and they're moving the trash can back and forth, and words were exchanged. Really couldn't hear clearly, exactly, what was being said, but you could tell from the body language that, it definitely was not a productive conversation. And long story short, man, trash ended up all over the block. Driveway, the
Mm.
block, everywhere. So nobody wasn't parking nowhere, man. Now, my question to you has been a new homeowner. You know, do you think it's fair to have, a rational conversation, with neighbors about, where they place their trash cans? So, you're not blocking anybody's driveway or, blocking, parking, because parking is key. You come home, you want to park, near the house. You don't want to be, down the street, especially if it's an open space, man. So what are your thoughts on that?
All right, so we could probably talk a good 15 minutes on this one, right? Because I got a lifetime of stories on how I feel about public space, right? So a trash can, I feel like a trash can should not block a parking space. I get that, right?
Yeah.
But or a driveway, right? I don't think I don't know, man. That's not cool, right? It's just like because think of it, if you don't put your own trash can in front of someone else's driveway. But I just moved into this neighborhood, right? And so I guess there's this dude that's across the street from me, and he I guess they don't have a driveway. We got a driveway, and but they don't got one or whatever, so they park on the street.
Okay.
And they're like where they park at is kind of like on the side where our house is, because they're at the corner house. So right, the corner is like a perfect triangle, right? So they can park on the other side, but they park on the side that faces my house.
All right.
And so we first moved in, got my driveway redone and all that stuff, so you couldn't park in there for a minute, right? And so every week, we have, grandparents, in-laws, whatever, come and watch the little one, right? So one night, it's like right when like the driveway's starting to cure and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there, I'm parking, I'm on that side of the street or whatever. And so I get out of the car, and the neighbor, he gets out. I was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? How's everything going?" I'm like, "I'm good. What's up, man? How you doing?" Introduce ourselves. We go. And I'm thinking it's going to be a very like introductory kind of conversation, right? I think it's going to go smooth,
Yeah.
right? Nah, this motherfucker had the audacity to sit there and continue the conversation and say the wildest shit to me. He said, "Hey, quick question, man. You know that on this side of the street or whatever, my wife, she likes to pull up and park right in front of the stairs. Yes, there are a set of stairs that lead up to their house, but they have two sets. One that goes to the front door and one that goes to the back.
Okay.
And so we usually park. And so one of the signs is usually right in front of their front door step, right?
Yeah.
And so this motherfucker said, "Hey, my wife likes to park here because she likes to let the kids get right out and they can run right up the stairs."
All
So
right.
I'm sitting there and I'm letting the conversation go because I don't know about the dynamics of their family yet. I'm like, "Oh man, okay." I'm like, "Oh man, how old are your kids?" He said, "My kids are in high school." So instantly right there, I said, "This motherfucker's trying to start some shit." So here we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's little kids.
No, that's what I thought. Though these motherfuckers are in high school, okay? And she was like, "Yeah, she likes to let them open the door and let them just run right inside and run up the stairs to the front door." I'm like, "Okay, motherfuckers are old. They can walk on either side, right?" So I'm like, "Whatever." But he was complaining about my mom's car there, and I'm like, "Look." I'm like, "Yeah, well, we just got the driveway done, this, that, and the third." And then I thought that was gonna be the dead of it. It's like, oh, I thought he was gonna be like, "Oh, I understand, cool, this, that, and the third, whoop de whoop." This motherfucker just kept on going and was like, "Hey, so I do notice, what I'm saying? I definitely realize, you got some stuff going on in the driveway and y'all been doing some stuff to the house." I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "But the car here, like they keep blocking my wife's spot." I had to kindly ask him. I'm like, "Are you talking about the spot that's a public space in the street parking, or inside like a random driveway, something like that I don't know about?" He was like, "No,
Okay.
like right there." I'm like, "Nah." So I'm gonna ask one more time. Are you talking about you're frustrated because I'm getting my driveway done and the woman who's 70 plus years old is parking in a public space in the street that you don't own,
Yeah.
right? So the conversation got real awkward there. It got quiet. I'm like, "All right, well, again, my driveway's getting done. So once the driveway gets done, you probably won't have an issue with us parking, but you have a good one." So needless to say, fast forward a couple months later,
All right.
out of the 4 people on the block who got invited to the party, that was one person who did not get invited. And then till this day, I watched this man. I think even in June, I'm not gonna lie, I think I had a victory win. He was getting out of his car, right, and then I was coming out of my car, and the Bama, he was trying to get shit out of his trunk, like groceries or whatever. And so he had some bags, but then it looked like he had like some fresh steam, like it looked like it was seafood because it was like in a clear container,
Yeah.
and they looked like they could have been some shrimp or whatever. Whatever it was, I don't know. He tried to juggle it in his hand, and that shit fell, and the box opened up on the ground. Do you understand how satisfactory, how much satisfaction I had right there?
Mm.
I don't think I've ever had so much joy inside just looking at like God don't like evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would you even talk to me about it? Like, I'm still mad about the parking spot. So till this day, when I
Yeah.
see him, I'd be like, whatever, dog, get the fuck out of here.
Man.
So that's my little story. So when we talk about public spaces, can you put trash cans there? Don't block a trash. I don't believe in parking and that whole, that street parking thing. That's a personal opinion, you know. But I don't think you could put a trash can in front of someone else's driveway. If someone has a problem with the way it makes the neighborhood look. If it's trash day, it's trash day. And
Yeah.
after trash day, I do think you should bring your trash cans back closer to your property line. Whether you put it in your garage, whether you put it, in a little area where it can go. But I don't think the trash can should stay in the street for whatever the duration in between pickup days. That's my personal opinion.
It's fair enough, man. Because I know, a lot of neighborhoods, have, unwritten rules of, how things go with trash cans and things of that nature. It was just wild, I mean, I've seen people arguing about trash cans before, but to see it escalate to that level of, trash being all over the
Yeah.
street. Now I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, who's gonna clean it up? As a former trash man, which I always say was like
I
one of the
keep
best
forgetting
jobs.
he was a trash man. That is the wildest shit in the world. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
I've known you for a decent amount of my life. And the fact that I never knew you were a trash man just blows my mind. And I got so much respect for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this shit blows my mind. The only thing I don't fuck with trash folks about or the sanitation crew and
Sanitation.
committee about? Because I give all respect to it, right? I mean, all respect to it, right? I feel that, and one thing I will sit there and say is people forget one thing during the pandemic. It has shown you how important certain jobs are, right? And so, as much as people want to sit there and criticize and downplay and look down on folks, like if you ever lived in one of those cities where COVID just ran rapid, and then it was even affecting a lot of your blue collar workers, you've learned real quick of how important those jobs are. So I know, like, for instance, in Philly, they were having a big issue with, they already have an issue with picking up trash, right? But they had a major issue with trash folks coming on, especially during the wintertime. And then with COVID happening, so you had the streets that weren't getting plowed because of COVID, trash trucks that couldn't pick up or go down the streets because they weren't plowed. But then also the folks that weren't employed or out because they were sick because of COVID, like they
Yeah.
were just having massive buildup. So you realize how important those jobs are. But the one thing I don't fuck with is these motherfuckers keep throwing my trash can back, and now I got a break in my trash can. So it's like I got this big ass like crack or line in the middle of my trash can. Every time I look at it, I just want to catch him outside and be like, "Dog, stop throwing my shit. Please gently put my trash can back on my curb, and then we'll be good, man." Like, I don't know why you even why we have to go down this road.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level right there. I don't know what that individual has going on with their life, man. But there's definitely some frustration, man. Could it be, you throwing stuff in the trash can and don't have it in bags, because I remember it used to be a lot of trash cans I would open up during the summer, and you would just see people just throwing stuff in there. And it was rancid, man. It was rancid, so those individuals did not get the utmost respect, with, proper placement of trash bins and things like that, or emptying it out. Occasionally, they still had some stuff in there they had to deal with, so when you drag me back to the yard, I want you to smell the same thing I'm smelling, but I don't know, man.
And I respect that, but guess what? At the end of the day, know what I always go back to. No one asked you to apply for that job. Right now, I'm not saying disrespect them and be disrespectful and be like, man, fuck you, get the fuck out of my way. No, blah, blah, blah. No one's saying all that. But I will sit there and say is, in some trash cans, right? Some people sit there and they have trash bags, they tie it up. Some people may put them in brown bags, just put them inside recycles or whatever it may be. So maybe
Yeah.
they got to dump it. But at the end of the day is, I think we got to remember, whatever profession that we are in or job that we are doing, no one is forcing you or putting a gun to your head to do that. So if you don't like it, don't fucking do it. Because I was always
But
told, whatever job I get, you should do it to the best of your ability.
but
But
also,
don't throw my fucking trash can. Don't throw my fucking trash can.
no, I agree with you on the throwing of the trash can, but also putting stuff in the trash can. I mean, you got to be respectful as well. Because if you just throwing leftovers in there and it's hot, you got animals getting in there. It's you know it turns into a really
That's
bad
fair.
situation. I
That's
mean, you
fair.
open up a trash can. You already you outside, it's 100 degrees, and you got maggots crawling everywhere. That's just filthy, man. So.
Yeah. No, and I
So
respect that.
it goes both ways. It
I
goes both.
respect that. I definitely respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I think that's a good segue. Like you said, I think in life you always look at, the shoe on the other foot, right? And so when you think about that, it goes to, I know you want to talk about your guy, Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
people
And so
already, man. I've been
I,
quiet for a month.
you know what I'm saying? So I know that's where we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's your guy, and I fuck with him too. I'm not gonna lie. Like Kazi, that's a dope album. I fuck with. He got some wild tracks on it, but I will say something about him. His interviews and his music kind of line up, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I can't be mad at him speaking his own truth. And so, I definitely want to get your opinion and your thoughts on, how you feel about, his statement in saying about Beyonce, right?
Okay.
Um, do you think it was disrespectful for what he said? Or do you think it's an honest statement that other people think, but no one says it, who's of that magnitude. Like people are probably saying their conversation every fucking day. But
Exactly.
because of his status, though, because of his status, and women, and let's be honest, let's be 100% honest. There are women that are in a relationship that sit there and say that I wish that I look like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Or they even want to emulate and say I do look like Beyonce, right? Do
Exactly.
you think that he was wrong for his statement, or do you think that he was wrong on the platform that he said it in to make it public?
Well, when I first heard it, because it came out on the Super General, freestyle, and that freestyle, there was a lot that he was, getting off his chest. So
Mm.
I had to listen to it, 3 or 4 times because, I would hear him say something and I'm like, oh man, and I would totally miss like the next line because I'm still stuck on that. But, and hearing the way, well, one, the line was a little shocking, because he did say something that, a lot of people may think, a lot of people may, talk about, in group texts and, hangouts and things like that. So, it's nothing that hasn't been said before, but I guess him putting it out there, kind of caught people off guard because they were like, yeah, that's disrespectful. But in the line, the man did say, respectfully. And not saying
Yeah,
that that makes anything better because, anytime, somebody says, hey, with all due respect, what comes behind that can be taken as disrespect or, any number of things. But, I think that, like you said, the man is just, speaking his truth and living his truth. And he explained in an interview, I think the most recent one was, the Breakfast Club, because, he's been on the interview circuit. And he was like, yeah, I don't have any problem, with, Jay. And, if we see each other, I'll greet him like a man, out of respect. And they turned the tables. They said, well, hey, what if somebody says that about your wife? And he
mm-hmm.
was like, well, I mean, if they feel like that, then I feel good. I may walk up
Yeah,
to her, kiss her and, hug up on her. So I think, hearing him explain it, that it may have been taken as inappropriate, but it wasn't disrespectful.
but think about the shoe on the other foot, right? What if somebody would have been like, "Man, your girl's ugly," right? And that's why I say I feel him on what he said on the Breakfast Club in the sense that, and I feel that everyone, the reason why I think people do what they do in life is so that they can level themselves up, right? People dress certain ways because they want to attract attention. People do certain things because they attract attention. I think people do that. And so, when the shoe's on the other foot and someone's actually complimenting and like, damn, what I'm saying, your girl is bad. Like, I know for me, when we go out, what I'm saying, I actually enjoy still being respectful about it, but what I'm saying, I enjoy when, what I'm saying, like, what I'm saying, the missus goes out and she shows like her style.
Yeah.
I like when when we go out, because that's just one, that just shows, what I'm saying, like my man Devin says, what I'm saying, you see what I pulled, what I'm saying, I'm good. What I'm saying, so you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And competition is healthy because it keeps me on my game as well. What I'm saying?
Exactly.
As long as she's respectful about it, I'm respectful about it. Whoever's, looking from across the room is respectful about it. I'm cool with it, right? And so, there'd be times, like I remember one time, I was walking down the street, we was walking or whatever, and there's some, what I'm saying, some young cats behind us, you know, and I don't know, for some reason, I just felt like they were just staring at the back of her neck. I don't know. So, I intentionally, just grab her butt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, yeah, it's mine. Like, what's up?
Exactly. Going home with me.
And when you do that, what I'm saying, that just a confidence booster for you. And I think, it also shows some insecurities. Like, you need to be confident in your own skin. Again, if a compliment can make her walk away like that, then that's unfortunately, man, maybe you should just let her go. But if you got it, the people like, damn, man, like he's a lucky dude, this, that, and the third. Look at it that way, and
Exactly.
appreciate it,
Exactly.
accept the compliment, right? And
Yeah.
so for me, I will sit there and say I am not mad at it because I will sit there and say there are a billion of other people out here that listen to her music and would sit there and be like, damn, you know,
Yeah.
they aspire to be her, or
Exactly.
they
Exactly.
aspire someone that has style or whatever like her, right? Or whatever that may be.
Yeah, she
So
said.
it's
Yeah.
and he said respectfully, but again, I think on his platform it probably was definitely, a little more hype than it should have been. But at the same time, is I mean, he's always been true to what he said, and like he said, you know what I'm saying? He just that's just who he is. So I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it.
No, no, no. The man is comfortable in his own skin, and I like how he, addressed the questions. They were like, "Hey, I mean, are y'all good?" And he was like, "I love her. She loves me." Where he didn't, really speak, too in depth, on his relationship outside of the love he has for her.
Yeah,
Where he didn't feel the need to, validate, you know, their relationship. And I like that because I mean, so often, especially in this social media age, we look to others, people we don't even know, to provide us validation for things. So I
yeah,
really, like the way he handled that. And, and I like how, he talked about, his journey and how he's evolved. There's a lot of people looked at Kevin Gates like, oh man, Kevin Gates is this weird dude. But when you sit down and listen to his interviews, I mean, the dude is really articulate,
very,
and what he thinks and what he believes. And, I mean, you can take it with a grain of salt. I mean, not everything
yeah,
that somebody else does, you have to apply to your life. It's like if that's what he's doing, and it makes him happy, and it brings him balance and inner peace, man. Hey, and it's not hurting anybody else, man. I'm all for that, man.
yeah. No, I agree. Now, like I said, as long as he keeps it at that level, I mean, it's a freedom of speech, right? He can say what he wants to say. What's the First Amendment, right? Say what you want to say, do what you want to do, whatever, right? But just don't disrespect and cross that line, and it should be nothing. Like I know for me, it's just competition is healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you're younger, everyone brings their lady around or whatever, and everyone's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh
Yeah,
man, damn, dude, chick is bad, this, that, and the third. It's like that's what you like, right? And that's also you gotta think about it too. That's also the reason why you went after her too. That's also the reason why you chased her because you were attracted. And for anybody that ever thinks that you're the only person that went after her is a fool. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think about like when they're not around you or when someone's not around you, that someone else cannot have because we all have eyes,
Yeah,
right? And as they say, men are visual, and so if you think that when your woman's not around you, that at some point in any gesture that whether they're at Target, CVS, catching a bus, hitchhiking, whatever the fuck they doing, you can't ever think that someone's never ever been like you.
exactly.
You can't. You can't. You got to live in a sense of reality, and that should make you proud knowing that she just still came home back to you.
Yeah,
She came back home to you. So that's where I'm at with it. So I fuck with Kevin Gates still. His album's wild as shit, but his interviews matches in his EP. So I'm good with it.
man, I agree, man. And the man puts on a hell of a show. I was glad that I got to see him at the Fillmore, last
Hmm.
fall before I flew out because the guy is definitely definitely entertaining, and
Yeah.
he talks about how he suppresses certain things, puts that energy and music and working out. And like I said, I mean, he connects a lot of dots, so you see exactly, who he is. He's not
Yeah.
trying to, fit the mold of, what, an artist should be. And, I mean, the man, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. When you talk about, the insecurities he had about, collabing with, other artists and how the industry did him different. And man, everything he's saying, you can follow along and see exactly why, he is the man he is. And like I
Yeah.
said, I have no issues with Kevin Gates, man.
And he speaks the truth, and it's funny, right? So it makes you think, right? And I know we getting close to time that sun's getting up a little higher and higher over there. You know what I'm saying? But it makes you think. Like the other day, I was listening to this song. So you know that group DSVN?
I think so.
I hope I'm saying the acronym right. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. So if I didn't say it wrong, I will correct it. But they got this song called "If I Get Caught," right?
All
And
right.
so "If I Get Caught" is a wild ass song. Just the way it get kicked off, right? Because the whole song is about if he gets caught. It's like he's basically saying like you shouldn't be mad. And I don't think he's talking about being in a committed, relationship. But essentially, he has a lyric in there that basically says, you know what I'm saying, when you met me, all these other joints wanted me and I was super charismatic, which is why you came after me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And
yeah.
now that such and such, you know what I'm saying, why are you mad at me? Because I'm still the same person who I've been since the beginning. So again, I do
Okay.
not condone, fuckery. I do not condone fuckboy shit, you know what I'm saying? But I will sit there and say that that is a very real line. You know what I'm saying? Like you know who you are getting involved with. You know
Yeah.
who you're getting engaged with, and when I say engaged, or who you are engaging with, not engaged, but who you're engaged. You know what I'm saying? Like I think at times people need to remember that we're not in a place, and this is my personal opinion. I wasn't put on this earth to change anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I can't control other people's actions. All I can do is control how I interact with that individual. Right. So
Exactly.
with a line like that, it's like, you know who you had, and it makes you think like that. So it's like, if I know if I'm with a certain, young lady, then that, with my wife, right? I feel that I know who she is. I know what she looks like. I know I'm extremely attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? But other folks are also attracted to her. She's been in other relationships before me, right? And so you can't forget that.
Yeah.
You can never forget that. So it's but I don't know. It just makes you just have to remember that. It's like you don't owe nobody, man. As long as they come back to you, man, just appreciate the compliments and be like, yeah, it's a bet.
Man.
You just be like, I'm that guy, you
This
know.
is true. This is true, and there's so many other points, I want to get to and unpack with Kevin Gates, but I'm gonna save that for for another show because I'm really interested in the comments and the feedback. I want to hear
Yeah,
what others think about his comments towards Beyonce. I want to get their take on it, or their comments on Kevin Gates, in general, and some of the things he says and does, and how he dresses. So we're gonna let the comments speak for themselves, and I will be back for round two of my Kevin Gates monologue. So we'll definitely come back to that, man. But before we get out of here, man, so what you got going on this weekend, man?
man. Like I said, it's a busy week, man. We got some more vacations. Got some beach time. Gotta get some more sand between the toes, man. Gotta get out here and chill. You know what I'm saying? Let the missus show off her figure. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? We just out here. So life is good, man. I ain't got no complaints, man. We about to just be out here chilling, trying to enjoy the rest of the summer. This summer just flew by. It's like everything. Like when we were back in school, summer starts off real slow. Then all of a sudden it's just like it's over. I don't know what it is after 4th of July, but after 4th of July, it's like there's no more summer. Summer is gone.
Man, I used to feel that way until I started living here, where you got 6 months of summer. So I'm actually looking forward to the winter, which is going to roll around in October because then temperature's about 85 degrees, give or take. So you can sit outside on the patios, and enjoy the beach. Because right now, the pool, man, you put your foot in the water, man. I feel like you get into a bathtub, man. All you need is some bubbles or a bath bomb or something. So it's not really beach or pool season, here right now. But this weekend, I think the biggest thing, man, is hit the car washes, man. I was trying to get the trucks washed last week. I went to the mall. You can get a nice hand wash for like $5 or $7. So I'm standing around for like 10 minutes, trying to find somebody to, wash the truck, but it was packed in there. So this weekend definitely got to clean the trucks up, man. I was looking at my back window yesterday. I'm just waiting to come back to my truck and find somebody writing, wash me on the back window. It's just looking, quite rough. But outside of that, it's a couple of events going on this weekend. Got a reggae party and a boat party. So may hop on that and see what's going on. 'Cause, out here, yacht parties and boat parties are big, man, year round. So definitely may swing through that. Because carnival season, is
Yeah,
starting to wind down. I know New York has theirs coming up. Labor Day, but gotta give me a little dose of reggae and soca, man. Need
yeah,
something
definitely.
outside to catch that vibe, catch that feeling. Because in the club is cool, man, but it's just something about being on a boat with a beverage in your hand and a flag in your hand, running around, man. So I think that may be the move this weekend, man.
I can dig it. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. You gotta let us know about it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Hey, man, anything else on your chest before we get out of here this week?
That's where I'm at, man. I want y'all to check out that song. You know what I'm saying, and leave comments. Then also, as he said, let us know how you feel about the comments on Beyonce. That's I'm interested to see, what I'm saying, some of the insecurities that show up.
Mm,
I'm definitely interested to see if you could even consider it insecurities, or
yeah,
do you think it's disrespectful? So I'm interested to see. So as we always talk about, we engage, and we would love to have this discussion continue.
definitely, definitely, man. Hey, before we get out of here, once again, shout out to Sheesh to you. Don't forget you can follow him on IG. You can follow us on Twitter at In the Bowl Pod. Leave us comments there, or leave us comments on IG. We definitely want to hear, your thoughts on this. Keep the conversation going. And as always, don't forget to clean your hookahs out after every use. Rinse it out so that way it's all set for the next go around. The last thing you want to do is be setting up your hookah. You have some company come over, you're entertaining, you're having kickback, and now it's taking you 25 minutes to set things up because you didn't clean your hookah out. So make sure you do that.
For sure.
And we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. So until next week, we'll see you soon.
And as always, click, like, and subscribe.